Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. This is a very, very special edition. I am Kellie Raspberry Evans, and joining me in studio, loud and clear, with volume pumped all the way up, mouth close to the microphone, is my best friend since 5th grade, Tomi Jean.
Yay, I'm so excited to be here.
I am too. I felt so bad after the last podcast, Tomi Jean, because I said it before, I didn't have my earbuds in, and I know you're not used to being on the radio, and so I'm like booming loud, and you're just so sweet and quiet. And
well,
so,
I had no idea.
I know. I didn't either.
know.
I didn't either till after the fact. But everybody's going to get to hear
Yes.
Tomi Jean in full voice today.
Loud and clear.
I'm so excited. We're actually in Florida for the Kidd Kraddick Morning Show, nationally syndicated podcast, family vacation.
Yes.
I'm used to saying podcast. And it's been really fun because Allen couldn't come. We have the boys this week and, the summer visitation. So I said to Allen, would it hurt your feelings if I, if I brought Tomi Jean? He's like, no, absolutely not. Because he, like everybody else, loves Tomi Jean.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So I'm glad that your husband said, yes, you can go.
I'm so thankful.
Like he had a choice.
This is such a special time because Kellie and I see each other maybe a couple of times a year.
Yeah, we try to do at least twice.
So when she mentioned it, I was just thrilled.
I'm
it was
so
just
glad.
some extra time to have with Kellie. And of course, I love the crew. So it's
And
always
they
fun.
love you more than they love me, Tomi Jean.
Oh, no.
It's true. I had to hear for like 2 weeks building up to family vacation. I'm so excited Tomi Jean's coming. I'm so glad Tomi Jean's. I'm like, okay, I get it. Everybody loves Tomi Jean.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I love them.
Well, you're easy to love. And I was just teasing. Greg is your husband. He would never tell you no.
He's very generous. He's
Yeah.
a very good man.
Yeah,
I'm
so
blessed.
glad. Well, anyway, we've been down here on the family vacation with the Kidd Kraddick Morning Show, and we've gotten to spend a pretty good amount of
We
time
really
catching
have.
up.
Yeah.
But what has been some of the fun stuff you've gotten to do this week?
Just hang out. I mean, we don't have to do or say anything. Just
that's the thing.
being together.
We just like to visit.
We don't have to entertain each other.
Yeah, that's something that Allen just doesn't quite grasp about the concept of visiting.
Yes.
I wonder if that's a Southern thing.
I think it is. Eating and visiting.
Yeah, visiting. Because like when I come home to South Carolina and I'll go sit at Aunt Velma's house, and I literally can sit there all day.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Right.
Visiting.
Yep.
And we're telling the same stories we told 500 times, laughing like it's the first time we've ever heard or told
Exactly.
it. And I don't know, I just love it.
It's always fun. And like you said, the stories never get old.
I know. Well, speaking of old stories, so we have someone that helps us with the podcast. For some reason, she doesn't like us to mention her name. I don't know. But she knows who she is. And she posted on our social media for A Sandwich and Some Lovin' if anybody had any questions for you. There's nothing bad.
Okay.
But just some quick questions, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun just to kind of rattle off a few of them. But real quick background, Tomi Jean and I both went to Florence Christian School. You went the first year it opened.
I did. I believe it was 1972
Right. And I came, what grade was that?
first.
So you started in 1st. But I started in 2nd grade, which means you were in 3rd grade.
Right.
So I came 2 years after the school opened.
Yes.
And then
Where'd you go before? Where'd you go
I went to
first and
Henry
second?
Timrod Elementary.
Okay.
Which nobody knows what that is but us. But Henry Timrod, for those who are interested, there's a park in Florence, South Carolina called
Yeah.
Timrod Park, named after Henry Timrod, who was a school teacher. I think he might have been a poet too.
That sounds right.
I'm not sure, but in the park is a little one-room schoolhouse, which I think is a replica of the one-room schoolhouse that Henry Timrod used to teach in.
Yep.
And so anyway, this school was named after Henry Timrod. That's where I went for 1st grade. But then my parents, we went to Florence Baptist Temple, and they had started a school. And it was very small. I think the first year they just did kindergarten through like 6th or 7th grade.
I don't
and
even know if it was that. It may have been just 3rd grade.
Well, they kept adding a
Yeah,
year.
they
And so
did.
eventually they had a graduating class.
Right.
But my parents decided in 2nd grade they wanted us to go to Florence Christian School. So we started going there. And I'm guessing we knew, I don't remember, hi, I'm Kellie. Hi, I'm Tomi Jean. I don't remember that.
I mean, I feel like I always knew who you were
Yeah.
from church and from school, but I never knew you.
but then we were finally in the same grade in fifth grade. So that's why I say we've been best friends since fifth grade, because that's when it kind of was official.
Kind of a starting point, yeah.
Yeah. And we always had, like, it was you, me, and Diana.
Yeah.
That was like the core three. And Diana's still a huge, and I feel bad. I wonder if Diana ever feels bad. I don't say, Diana's my best friend since fifth grade. Diana's my dearest friend besides you.
Yes.
Since fifth grade. How's that?
Yeah, it was the three of us. We were the core three. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And we'd have, a lot of fun friends that kind of blend in and out.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody we're mad at and kicked out of our friends. But it was such a small group of us. We went to school with basically the same people our entire lives. A few of them would drop out because there was something for some people that was alluring about public school, and for some of us, there was a very healthy fear
that
instilled of us. We were scared.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, they scared us because we were our upbringing was so strict with the religious part of it, the Bible. We had Bible class every day. We had chapel on Wednesdays. Tomi Jean and I both were at church every time the doors were open. So that meant Sunday morning Sunday school, Sunday morning church, Sunday night church, Wednesday night prayer meeting, Friday night youth activities, Thursday night visitation.
Yeah.
We'd have to go out.
It was our own little world. We never left the school.
But I didn't hate it.
Right. No. It was just what we grew up, what we knew.
It was what we knew, and it was our social life. It was where we saw all of our friends. And then we went not only to the church, we went to the church's school. So we were literally there 6 or 7 days a week sometimes.
Oh, easily.
But it wasn't, we were very sheltered. In a lot of ways, I think it slowed our growth a lot socially. But then again, I think it also was a good protector. It kept us from a lot of trouble early on.
It was. But, we didn't realize we were sheltered until after we were gone. So it was not like we were resentful.
No, and I'm still not resentful.
No, not at all.
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
We'll see sometimes on social media that a lot of people that went through Florence Christian School, they have such a bad taste in their mouth because, some of the discipline and some of the, and it's softened up so much over the years. When we went, it was super, super strict. If kids now that complain about Florence Christian went back to the 1970s and 80s, couldn't
do it.
You wouldn't hang it. We were the tough ones. We went through it. But, it was fine. But then when, like I said, once I've told it before, when I got out of Florence Christian School and I got out into the real world, it was kind of shocking.
It was.
People would curse in front of me and I would physically wince and blink and I can't believe you're saying these words in front of me. And it was really weird. And now I cuss.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you just didn't think people acted like that.
But they
said those things.
But they did scare us.
Yeah.
I was convinced that people that went to public school, and I'm not saying that now. My daughter's in public school.
Right.
I'm not. I'm just saying back then, I was afraid of a lot of public school kids because I thought they were smoking and drinking and doing drugs. And going to the high school football games, I would be scared to death because I didn't know what was going on underneath the bleachers. You hear all these stories.
Right.
Was it like that for you too?
Yes, it was exactly like that.
And I don't think that's a healthy thing.
It's not.
There was pros and cons to what we went through.
I'm very thankful for my upbringing, but I was so shocked and scared almost when I graduated to be in the world.
Yeah. What was
because I didn't have my safety net.
Yeah. And Tomi Jean and I did try going. I went to Liberty Christian. It's university. The year I went, it was still a college. But when I was leaving, they said, we've got university status now. So you can all say you went to Liberty University. But I only went that 1 year. And you went the year after me.
I did.
You took like a gap year.
I did.
So, but then when we both came home after that, we both went to Florence Darlington Technical College together. Those were fun times.
We had fun. We made it fun.
We made it fun. That was a waste of time experience for us.
And money.
But every day we would leave. I'll let you. I'll let you tell what we do every day after we left.
Every morning, Kelly would come by because I was pretty much on the way. Kelly would come by and come to my house, and either I would drive or she would drive. We would take turns or whatever. And we would go to tech. I think we took a math class. We were doing business classes.
Yes. And so they had us in a math class, and they were literally teaching us how to write checks. And it's like, what do we do? Why
do
are
these
we?
people not know how to write?
Some of those people didn't know how to write
checks?
checks, apparently. But we had to learn where your name went,
Yeah,
where the date went.
such
I'm like,
a waste of time.
oh, it was such a waste of time.
But we would go to, we would do really early classes. And I remember we would go back to my house because I lived closer to, because we had a space in between classes at time. We would go back, or we would go to Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Waffle House and eat breakfast after our first class.
So fun.
Then we go back to my house. And I'll never forget, it was the very first Oprah Winfrey show we saw at my house.
Yep. We watched Oprah together.
Yeah. And then we would go back to,
Another waste of time class.
yeah, another waste of time class. And then we go to Go West and work.
You worked at Go West too?
Don't
For
you
a little
remember?
while? Yeah, I do
Yes,
remember
yes,
that.
Yes, for just a little while.
In the Florence Mall.
Yep,
Do you remember the jingle?
I
Not as much
do,
as me.
but you sing it better. I don't remember all the words.
And we had my parents wanted to do a commercial, so I invited all the cute boys from Florence Christian School to come. Scotty Keefe and Chris Miles to come be. Was Robert in the? I think Robert Keefe did it
He may have
too.
been.
But we had them come out and do commercials. That was fun. Anyway, good memories from that. But eventually, Tomi Jean let's see. So we did Florence Darlington Tech. When did we would go to your house and like lick envelopes and stuff envelopes to make extra money. We had
Just
like
to
these
make
little side
money.
hustles.
My sister worked at a job, and she would need extra help doing things like stuffing envelopes.
Yeah, busy work.
Busy work. So Kelly and I were always together doing nothing. She's like, hey, you want to make some money on the side? I'll bring home some envelopes, and if y'all stuff them and get all these, and it was like 1,000 envelopes.
Yeah, we'll just sit there and visit,
Watch
and
TV.
stuff envelopes.
So we had fun doing that.
But then, when did you started doing medical technology or terminology school or something? What was it called?
I did. The first year out of high school, I worked at an OBGYN office because I was just really, pretty much the day I graduated, my mother shook my hand and said, well, good luck. Time to pay the bills. So I was just trying to find a job. So I went and applied to all these places, and I got a job. They graciously hired me at an OBGYN office. Again, because the lady who was doing the hiring, her son had gone to Florence Christian, so she knew what kind of background I had.
You were a good girl.
She knew that, I was capable of doing this job, so she offered me this job. She said, and we will send you to Tech, again, this was before Kelly and I went, to take a medical terminology class to help out. So I worked in that office for 1 year. And then I went to Liberty for a year.
Because you just felt like you were missing out on a college
I felt
experience.
like I needed to go. And it was just, I don't know. The timing was bad that Kelly and I weren't there at the same time.
Well, I couldn't afford to go anymore.
Right.
We, not everything was great financially with my family at the time.
And I couldn't afford to go after my 1 year.
Yeah, so we both came home.
Right. So when I came back, I got another job because I had the first job, I got another job at a cardiologist's office. And then that was kind of a dead end because all you really saw there were old people, and I didn't want to live my life not being able to meet anyone, so I was offered an opportunity at the hospital.
See, proactive, because you wanted to meet the love of your life.
I did.
And you did.
And I did, yes. A few years afterwards, the X-ray department was hiring. They were looking for an interventional specialist, and it just so happened they found my husband in Winston-Salem when he was doing his fellowship, and he came and interviewed and accepted the job.
So Tomi Jean was his medical stenographer. Is he called a stenographer? What do you call that?
Transcriptionist.
Transcriptionist. So the doctors would fill out all the charts, and Tomi Jean's job was to take their scribble scrabble.
No, he was
Oh, in
speaking
the
to a microphone.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
they read. So he would
No.
speak, and then you would transcribe it into
Right.
the medical charts.
Right.
And that's kind of an odd dynamic because he's sort of like your superior.
Exactly.
That's nowadays we're like sexual harassment and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But
Yeah.
when a boss falls in love with an employee, I mean, that's kind of was it ever an issue at the office?
No, because you know why? He did the right thing. He went to his superiors, the more senior doctors, and asked them beforehand if this would be a problem. And we actually kept it under wraps for a long time, so nobody
Well, yeah,
knew.
because you didn't want that to be a problem with other employees thinking you were getting
Right.
special treatment. I remember that.
Right. And of course, I had been working with these doctors for several years before he came to town, so they all knew me and loved me. And
Who doesn't?
they were like, yes, 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 please, please ask her out. So I was very fortunate.
Yeah, and y'all dated a couple
We
years?
dated from 92 and we got engaged in 95.
And so then I had already at that point in 1994, because I dropped out of school for a while. I was working all these part-time jobs, including doing radio, weekend weather on TV 13. And I got the job. I graduated. I promised my mom I would go back and finish college. So I graduated from Francis Marion in December of 93.
Yeah.
And then in May of 94, I accepted a job in Dallas. And I started my first day on the air was May 30th
My
of
birthday.
1994.
Yeah.
With the worst birthday present I could have ever given you was I moved away. But then it was so sweet because then Greg, because I wasn't making a lot of money then. I was just like, it was more money than I'd ever seen, but it still wasn't a lot of money. Because I came to Texas, I was like, well, I got to get a second job. And kids like, why are you looking for a second job? I was like, I've always had 2 or 3 jobs. That was just the way I thought life worked.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you're not going to get a part-time job. But when you got married, Greg graciously paid for me to fly back to be there for your wedding.
Yes.
That was very sweet.
Well, I think he knew that if he had not asked me to marry him, I was going to move to Texas.
That's right. You were talking about that.
I was, because we had been together for a while, and I was just getting very antsy with the whole situation. And I was 28, 29.
And he's older. He's already been
older
married and
man.
divorced.
Yes. And so he knew that. He knew that.
I better poop or get off the
Right.
pot.
Exactly. Because when you told me you were moving, I was like, I don't know how to do this. This is not going to work.
I don't want to be in Florence without Kelly.
I know. And so he told me when we got engaged, he said, I know that, Kelly is a big part of your life, and I want her to be there at the wedding, whatever the cost. And he said, I will pay for you to go and visit her. It's not, I don't want to come in between you two, but it all worked out. And then we
very sweet.
came to the wedding. I'm like, Kelly's got to be there. I can't do this.
Well, I would have come even if he hadn't paid, but I graciously accepted.
Yes, of course.
Like, yes, sir. Yes, sugar daddy, come on.
I would have come to Texas and drug you home.
I would have missed it. So anyway, that's been, how many years y'all been married now? So you got married in 95?
Almost 27.
That's crazy. And, it's hard because, so I feel so much guilt about missing I've had a great life in Texas. I wouldn't have Emma Kelly.
Right.
I wouldn't have met Allen, none of that if I hadn't have been here. But I feel so much guilt from missing so much of, I don't really have that close a relationship with your kids.
Yeah.
Because I just never got to really see them. And it's a shame because I know it would have been so different if I hadn't left.
Yeah.
That I would be Aunt Kelly to them.
Yeah.
And I would have
Well,
had
you're still, they call you.
I know. Jack especially.
yeah.
Just I feel like Jack loves me because you love me.
They adore you. Kelly, I feel like they know you because every day on the way to school, we listen to you.
Yeah.
Every day.
So they do have a connection to me that way.
You're very much a part of their lives that way.
But I just feel so guilty because I feel like, I don't know, I miss so much.
Yeah.
I miss so much.
I understand.
And not just with
I
you,
feel
but
that
with
way
my family.
And Kelly as well.
Yeah.
But things happen the way they do.
do.
And we make an effort to see each other.
We do. And of course, just like everybody else, Emma Kelly loves Tomi Jean. So anyway, that's a little bit of, our history. But like I said, we did have a lot of y'all submit some questions that we're going to get to. This isn't going to be a super long podcast because we are here as part of my work trip to Florida. So we've got to get some stuff together. We've got to meet everybody in a little bit. But before we get to the questions, I will tell you this. One of the first things we did when we got here, actually, the first thing we did was we went to Busch Gardens.
Yes.
And in Florida, the weather is really kind of, it'll rain and then it'll be sunny and rain and sunny. But that day it was more rainy than not.
Right.
But it was great because the weather was cooler. But the thing is one thing about me, I do not like to wear wet shoes.
Yeah.
I hate it. And so when it's wet and rainy outside, I'm like, oh my gosh, we wear ponchos, but can I get like plastic booties for my feet? But I did not have to worry about stepping in mud puddles at Busch Gardens with Tomi Jean the other day as we're running from one ride to the next because I was wearing my new Vessies. Now, this is when I really got to put them to the test because, I mean, how often... I mean, maybe a lot of you are adventurous. You're always slogging around in puddles and ponds and things. But for me, I'm not really out in the water that much. So I'm like, yeah, my water shoes are great. I don't have to avoid a mud puddle. But we were in the rain.
Yep.
And we were stomping in real big mud puddles. And my Vessies just kept my feet so dry. And the reason I really like them, unlike other waterproof shoes, these are really cute. These are fashionable. I wear my Vessies when it's bright and sunny outside just because they're cute and really comfortable. So rain doesn't have to slow you down. None of your outdoor activities have to slow you down if you want to keep your feet nice and dry because Vessi shoes, they are 100% waterproof. And not only that, while they're keeping the water out, they're also letting the sweat in your feet and the heat escape, which is a problem with some waterproof shoes because they're not breathable. Right. But there's something about the Vessi technology that makes them breathable and also super comfortable and lightweight. So whatever you've got going on, if you're going out on the trail, if you're going out on the water, if you're stomping around a wet water park, Vessi has the shoes for you. Trail-ready high tops, effortless slip-ons, classic court shoes, all with that one waterproof, wonderful twist. And you simply have to try these for yourself. So if you go right now to vessi.com/sandwich and use code sandwich, you'll get 15% off your entire order.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it, Tomi Jean?
Yeah, it's great.
You need to try them. I mean, you were even saying how cute you thought they were.
I did. And, when we got on the log flume and you looked down and there was like a half an inch of water on the bottom
I ain't worried
of that
about
thing, you were so excited that you had your Vessi.
That's right. Ain't worried about it. Again, that's vessi.com/sandwich to get yourself a pair today. Vessi.com/sandwich and get shoes for your best summer yet. All right, Tomi Jean, let's get to these questions.
Bring them.
They're not going to be anything too terrible. I mean, everybody's really nice. Just like everyone else, our listeners love you, and they barely know you. Okay, so let's just start here. What did you think of Allen when you first met him?
I remember I had heard so much. The first time I ever heard about Allen, remember when y'all did the Raspberry Road trip?
Yes, that was Allen and I. We met in January.
Yes,
right after the new year, and the Raspberry Road trip was
like March.
Because
I pulled it up on my phone with some pictures, and I think
so
it was March.
So I was still kind of seeing other people for a couple months, but by February or so, right after Valentine's Day, I decided, okay, I'm just going to see Allen. So I had just left on the Raspberry Road trip.
Yes.
And the whole time I'm gone, he kept saying, I miss you. I just miss you so much. Because he didn't want to say I love you. He didn't want to be the first one to say I love you in case I didn't say it back. And I was like, I know you want to say I love you. Yeah. You're just saying I miss you. So anyway, that was that.
Y'all came to Redbone Alley. That was the first stop where I saw you when you hit Florence.
Yeah, but Allen was not with me.
Allen was not with her, but she had, like she said, there was a connection there. So she started after everything at Redbone. We had some time to talk, and you were really excited about Allen. You were telling me all about him and his kids, and you really thought that he was just something different, something special. And so I was excited to meet him. And I think it was from then on, all I heard about was you and Allen, what you had done, how things were going, because we talk a lot. We talk a good bit. That November.
Yep, Thanksgiving.
You came home for Thanksgiving, and you brought Allen and Emma Kelly and came to my house. And I'll never forget, I was so excited to meet him and so happy and pleased to meet him. He was the sweetest thing. I felt like I knew him, and he acted like he knew me.
Well, because I talked about you all the time.
Right. And so I was so excited because Kelly needed Allen. Kelly needed Allen in her life, and it seemed to be a perfect fit, and it's just been great.
See, there you go.
I love Allen.
And he hasn't ever shown lewd Allen to you. He's never acted like that around you.
He never.
Not like he does on the podcast. It embarrasses me.
He is just, he's lovely.
He's lovely to Tomi Jean, everybody.
He really is.
Nobody can make lewd references and innuendos around Tomi Jean. All right, let's see. We already talked some of these questions, like how did you meet each other? ever think about moving to Texas? We've already covered that. That was
Yes.
some of the questions, Tomi Jean. All right. Here's kind of like the same question from two different people. Have you ever gotten mad at Kelly? If so, over what? The other one said, have you and Kelly ever had any arguments when you didn't speak to each other? So here's the I cannot think of a fight we've ever had. I cannot think of one. Maybe you can.
I can't think of a fight. I know, like any friendships, we may have gone like a month without having the time to get together or speak or talk, but it wasn't for any malicious reason.
No, it's just like we got busy with life. Like there have been times where we talk less than others, but it wasn't because we had a fight.
No.
It's just because you were raising twins and maybe I was dating and we were just caught up in life.
Yeah. And in high school, it was more like if we were mad at somebody, it was the two of us having a fight with somebody else.
Yeah, I never remember being mad at you.
No.
Ever.
No. We've always kind of had each other's back and stuck together.
That's the thing about I don't understand friends that, I watch TV shows and reality shows, they're just overinflated reality, but I see friends that fight and I see my daughter and her girlfriends that'll fight, not speak. But I just don't remember that being our experience where we fought.
No, I don't either.
I would get jealous, and I'll be honest, I would get jealous of like Diana.
Yeah.
Who wasn't jealous of Diana.
Right.
I mean, she was beautiful. She had these big doe eyes, this
all the
black
boys
hair,
loved
beautiful
Diana.
skin, and all the boys loved Diana.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
Every boy I had a crush on. And Diana never did anything out of maliciousness. She just liked who she liked. But I would be so like
I would too.
But I never was mad at her.
No.
But I was jealous of her. And I had a girl crush on her too for a while too, because I'm like, I see. And she's just still the same.
Yeah.
She is the same person today as she was
is.
then. Boys still love men now love her. But I don't think I've ever had a fight with Diana.
I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
I thought you were about to reveal something. That was like a heavy sigh.
No.
This one time, Diana. No. No.
I think we've all done very well
We get along
with
really
our
well.
friendships.
Okay, so we already had that question asked. Well, what was your first thought when you met me? We don't even remember. It's been so
No.
long. Oh, here's one from Hyperheart. What's your favorite thing about me?
My favorite thing about Kelly, one of my favorite things about Kelly will be honest with me. If I ask her something, she's going to be genuine and she's going to be honest and she's going to tell me the truth. And I know she always gives good advice.
But do I give unsolicited advice?
No.
I'll wait till I'm asked usually.
Right.
Because I think I've had to learn that because people don't like being told stuff. Now, if I'm asked, but that's something I learned as I got older. People don't like being corrected.
Right.
That was because as an English major, I used to correct people when they would speak incorrectly and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like when people do that to me. I don't like doing this. So I've stopped doing stuff like that. But that stuff comes with age.
Yeah. I think that does come with age. You're right. But no.
No. What's the best embarrassing story that we have together? Did we ever do anything embarrassing?
No. I mean, the thrills that we always had was Friday nights at the mall, walking around, seeing our friends, and I don't think anything consisted of being embarrassed.
I did tell you were there because I tell some stories, and I think sometimes people think I'm lying, but I'm pretty sure you were there that day. We were sitting at Chick-fil-A, and we were there with Lynn Stevens, and Chris Miles, I think, was there too. And Chris, I had the hugest crush on Chris, and Lynn. Weren't Chris and Lynn somehow cousins or something? Lynn was cousins with somebody.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm sitting there with my legs crossed, wearing my little white crop pants, and Lynn says, "What color hose are those?" Because back then people wore white pantyhose.
Yes,
that was
everything.
was a style.
Yeah.
And he went to snap my pantyhose, and it was my leg.
It was your leg.
It was true, wasn't it?
It was very true. I'll never forget that.
That was an embarrassing. That was my embarrassing story. But it was so funny. I even had to laugh.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I mean, as a group, we had like when we went on youth group. What do you call them? Activities. We'd go to the beach and we'd have to wear long pants, and all the people would stare at us.
Yeah, we would go to
Things
water
like that. That
water
would make me really
parks at the beach.
embarrassed.
They would make us wear blue jeans.
Yeah, and dark colored shirts.
The boys could wear bathing suits. They could go shirtless, but we would have to wear dark colored shirts and blue jeans and pants like that. That kind of stuff was kind of ridiculous.
Embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is your favorite thing? Well, everybody keeps asking what your favorite thing is about me and favorite memory.
What's your favorite thing about me?
Well, just your whole energy and your whole vibe. You're so calming.
Aw, thank
Everything
you,
about
Kelly.
you. I told her the last time I went to her house. We're just sitting there. I said, "What did I say? Hurry does not live here.
Yeah.
there is no Hurry does not live in Tomi Jean Galloway Cleveland's house.
Yep.
Because everything is just like whenever we get to it, everything's just chill.
Yeah.
And it's just I love that you're just a chill energy.
Well, I mean, it goes back to we don't have to entertain each other. We can just relax.
we don't, but I think that is my favorite thing about you is just your overall energy.
Yeah.
I think that's truly what it is. Just because I think mine is my energy is probably a little bit harsher and more abrasive. So you calm me down a lot, I think. What's a recurring thing that we love to do together? Visit. Eat boiled peanuts.
Or popcorn and go to the movies. We used to do that all the time.
Well, our favorite thing was we would go to Applebee's.
Oh, yeah.
And get hot wings and milk.
Yep. The milk would take the sting away.
Because milk would, and it sounds so weird to do that, but we'd be sitting there sweating and our mouths would be on fire, so we'd drink milk to cool our mouths
But
off.
those wings were so good. You couldn't stop.
How is it being the BFF of a celebrity?
I love it.
That's not my question.
I love it. I get
What
so
have you gotten
many.
to do that's cool with me? We've gotten to do some
Well,
cool
just like
things.
this very trip. I mean, I'm so fortunate that you asked me to come along, and I've been to Mexico with you once, and
You got to meet Duran Duran.
I got to meet Duran Duran. We went to a concert. I got to meet what's the guy's name? I can't think. He's the host of Let's Make a Deal.
The stand-up.
Yeah, what is his name?
What's his name? Wayne Brady.
Got to meet Wayne Brady with you. Got to meet, my sister was actually with me. We came out for a wedding, and you took us to meet Wayne Brady.
I don't even remember meeting Wayne Brady.
I do. And we got to meet Nick Lachey and Simpson.
Jessica Simpson?
Jessica Simpson. They were not married yet. But we went in their trailer. You talked to her dad, and we went in their trailer and got to meet them for like 2 seconds before they performed.
How about that? Well, you do have some good memories that I've even forgotten.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
And it's fun to be in town and you get noticed. It's fun to be with you and you get noticed. And
You got to meet Troy Aikman.
I did. I got to meet Troy Aikman. That's right. I have a picture with him.
Gosh, Tomi Jean, no fear.
None.
I was horrified.
I put my
'Cause
arm
it
around
was-
him.
You did. We were at Albernay's,
Yep.
my favorite. They're having their 25th anniversary this year. Happy anniversary, Albernay. I know you're not listening, but we were there. It was a couple nights before I got married to
Yes.
Alan, and my cousins from South Carolina came in, and you
Yep.
came in, and we went to dinner at Albernay's, and Troy Aikman was there. He had just gotten engaged, and he was walking through the restaurant, and before I knew it, Brooke, my cousin Brooke, and you jumped up and ran over to Troy Aikman.
You were there talking to him forever.
Oh yeah, that's right. I went to speak to him, and
You
y'all
did.
come over. Can I have a picture? And I was like,
We were like, is she gonna invite us over?
and Brooke said, "Screw it, we're going."
Let's go. I
Yeah,
put my
that's-
arm around him and I put my arm around Kelly and somebody took a picture.
Isn't he dreamy?
Oh,
I still have a thing
and
for Troy
so
Aikman. Hey,
nice.
I would leave Alan for Troy Aikman. Alan would leave me for Troy
Oh,
Aikman.
no,
We have a mutual
no.
understanding. We love that man. Well, look, I know we could talk to Tomi Jean, and there's so much more we could do, but honestly, we do have to wrap up because we got to get ready to
Yeah.
go with some stuff with the Kidd Kraddick Morning Show. But is there anything you want to say to everybody on the in the podcast community, Tomi Jean, before we say goodbye?
Thank you for letting me be on the show today. I've had so much fun, like I always have with Kelly.
Well, it's so good to see you, and thank y'all all for being so
Yes.
kind to Tomi Jean.
Yes.
And if y'all post any messages to her, we have a Sandwich and Some Lovin's Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Tomi Jean found the picture of when she first met Alan from that Thanksgiving in 2016. If y'all want to go back, we're going to post that. And if y'all leave any sweet comments, Tomi Jean can see them there.
I would love that.
But I guess that's it. Now, how does Alan always in the podcast? Love you. Love y'all. Love our listeners. In the words of Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.